do it. Okay, so today we are, Hey parents, I'm Edwina.
I'm Hannah. Today we wanted to write a letter to our younger selves, but before we get into that, please like this video, follow us on
Big thumbs up, that really helps us out.
Follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our channel,
and check out our book
on Amazon.
Today we are going to talk about things that we wish we could tell our younger selves. And by younger selves, we mean like the person that is about to get on that plane to go be an au pair. It's been 5 years since then, and since then a lot has happened. What do you wish you could tell yourself? So one thing that I wish I could tell my younger self is that you aren't gonna find a community right away and you're gonna be sad. But moving to a new city is just a hard thing in general. Finding your new community is a hard thing in general, and homesickness is just a part of the deal. So know that you will be homesick and plan to go see your family, because your family is your rock and they'll be there for you, and you can call them whenever and lean on them as much as you can. Your family and your friends, but especially your family. Honestly, for me, my first year away from home was a lot of me figuring out like, who am I gonna stay in contact with in terms of my friends? Because not all friendships can survive the distance and the time. And so I think it was a year where I got to see who stuck around and who didn't. And like I leaned on my family a lot, and I think I was like embarrassed to lean on my family, but like my family's the bomb and I appreciate my family so much now, but I definitely didn't when I was beginning to become an au pair.
I wish I had dumped my boyfriend before moving abroad.
Wow, okay.
We were both going into new life situations, and before we'd started going out, I'd said like my one goal is Paris. The only thing I want to do is Paris, and I would say that my best piece of advice and the thing I've learned is to not compromise your dreams for anybody. So I wish I'd stuck to my guns on that one rather than moping around and being all sad. Stick to what you want to do. Figure out what you want to do, and if you want to do it, do it.
My next one is, I wish I could tell my younger self that people will respect you and accept you as much as you respect and accept yourself. And that goes for like your host parents, it goes for you in a relationship, and that also goes for like you and your friends. Like if you settle for like crappy friends, then like that's just a reflection of how you think of yourself. I wish I could tell myself, you are not weird. Respect yourself, accept yourself, and
love yourself.
And love yourself, accept yourself, respect yourself. Like, I think that with every year that passes, I respect and accept myself more.
Do you love yourself more?
I love myself more. And I think when you're young, you don't know anything. Like you're going abroad for the first time, and like I was super insecure and like scared, but if I could just tell myself that like things would be okay, and I just need to like communicate and be honest with myself, and then communicate any problems that I was having, especially as an au pair, my host family situation. Like there were certain things that I wish that I didn't brush under the rug, that I wish that I communicated more, and I wish I was more vocal about, because it's just like a sign of respecting yourself and knowing your limits.
Amen. I would say my next one is, I wish I could tell my younger self to like stop trying to rush through getting like cool things done, because I remember having a friend who was about 4 or 5 years older than me, and she was like so cool, and I was always like, oh, she's lived in Paris for 2 years, and she lived in Italy, and she lived in Sweden, and she did this and she did that, and I was like, so like, oh, I've done like nothing, I've only lived in France. And now that I am like 5 years older, I'm like, obviously, like you have to have time to do all those things. But at the time I was like, I just want to get these things done, and kind of was more like, yeah, I want these new experiences. So it was too much of a rush, so I didn't actually I took for granted that I was living in Paris for a year. So cool. My
next one, I wish that I could tell myself not to worry about your career and like fitting into society's definition of what it means to be on track. As an au pair, I remember being really scared of taking a year off from school, taking an untraditional route, but like up until after my au pair year, my whole life has been untraditional, and I'm like extremely happy. I think that the best advice I could have given myself is just to do what makes you happy, and as long as you're not hurting your health and hurting other people and hurting yourself, and you're supporting yourself financially, like who cares? Actually, like I think what I wish I could tell myself is that, sounds like kind of pessimistic, but I'll put a positive twist on it. No one actually cares that much about you. Like, I worried so much about like what other people thought of me, and like of course I wanted to make my parents proud, and I wanted to like come home with a story of like what I was doing and what my life map was, and like what I planned to do in the future and accomplish in the future. But in reality, I had no idea. Like, no one has any idea, and you're just like tying it all up in a sweet, nice story for yourself.
I wish I could tell my younger self, if you want to pet a dog, go and pet the dog. Because when I first moved to Paris, like to take away from your slightly serious Ed, when I first moved to Paris, I was always like, oh, I really miss my dog. And actually, people don't mind if you stroke their dogs, so just go and do it, and it'll make you happy.
Have you been doing that?
No, but I wish I could tell my current self to do it. I would say there are always ways you can go and hang out with dogs or animals. For instance, there's like dog walking schemes in pretty much every city. Or you can ask your host parents if they know anyone that has a dog that you can go and walk. Whereas I kind of like persuaded my host family to get a dog, which was pretty disastrous.
And I wish I could tell my younger self before arriving in Paris that some beautiful people are gonna walk into your life and you're gonna be okay. Like this one. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you wish you had known before becoming an au pair, or just like being a younger person, whether you're like just starting your au pair year and you wish you knew something when you were 10. Okay, that's all for now. Like us, thumbs up, and all of the things. That's all for now. Ciao.